I have been getting absolutely reamed in Warzone, so we're going to take one of my recent matches and we're going to analyze all the mistakes that I've been making throughout the damn week. It has been rough. The purpose of this video is to put you in my mindset as I'm playing the game, highlight the things that I'm doing that are on the positive side, as well as the negatives, and my God, there's a lot. But if you guys do enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel today, leave a like on the video, and feel free to check out my live streams on Facebook Gaming and or Twitch. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are playing with Drakota, Neslo, and Testy. And we're kind of landing around the hangar area. Not really too sure why we dropped here, I'll be honest. But we do have people coming up the stairs. This is self-explanatory, just holding the stair angle, watching, waiting. You can tell at first I thought the gun was a burst gun for some odd reason. I think the Tech 9 single fire has scarred me to the point where I'm just tap firing everything now. But fortunately, I'm able to get the kill. All right, of course, we have the bounty marked instantly. The moment we land and we get a couple weapons, we're going to go ahead and pick up a bounty. Of course, I don't recommend picking up the bounty right when you land because you have the risk of the bounty getting on a player that's floating in the air. So we like to wait a couple of seconds. We do have a guy sitting up here. We actually have a whole team. You can notice the helicopter over here as well as the bounty. So I'm pushing up expecting a nice fight. But because of the different coverage up here, you have those two, like, I guess, rooms. I know that these guys won't be able to see me peek up here. So this guy is dead to rights, assuming he's not floating above me and he's actually on the next level. And then at that point in my head, my plan is to go ahead and take on the helicopter as well as the bounty on the ground level, assuming they don't take off and run away.
There was two at the bus.
Slowly peeking. There he is, crouching, sitting next to a wall. Now look, if you guys ever catch yourself crouched sitting next to a wall, stop it. There's really no reason for it. He clearly had no idea we were coming. He was just posted up waiting for the inevitable. And honestly, there's no sense in him camping right there because there's no protection in the front. So he was waiting for us to come up the ramp. He was sitting here staring at this direction, but I'm not sure he had much of a plan because, again, when I peek, what's he going to do? Make sure if you are going to post up, you sit behind some form of cover. For instance, instead of sitting right here waiting for us to come up, he could have sat behind the vehicle and watched our direction, right? And in his mind, he wants to keep his back safe. But why would you need to keep your back safe if your entire team is over here on the helicopter and the other ramp? So again, I would have positioned myself behind the yellow car with my back protected by my teammates and then watch this direction. If he would have been behind this vehicle, this fight would have been very different. And of course, they get in the helicopter, and I think you know the rest of the story. But there's only one player in the chopper. I acknowledge that because the bounty ping's still there, as well as the blip on the mini map. That's one way to do it. Notice this too. Notice this. So my team's up there getting shots off and everything else. Now, instinctively, I want to go help my teammates, but at the same time, I also want to get the kills, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, let's just be honest, I suffer because I want to get all the kills. And what that makes me do is put myself in a bad position to get killed. So right here, you can see I'm kind of just playing the angle. We got Nestle on the left side. We got Testy on the right side, and they're putting a good line of fire on the enemies over here. So I'm just keeping near cover because I know the moment that I cross out in the open with no cover, if for some reason Testy and Nestle don't get the kills or these guys have some kind of crazy good cover, again, I'm going to be vulnerable. So that's why I'm just kind of sitting here playing the game, waiting for Testy and Neslo to kind of make their move. So right now, after fight, without wasting any time, Neslo's going ahead. He's giving out comms. Hey guys, give me your money so we can get our loadout, get our UAV, and we can start hunting again. This poor SOB instantly starts popping off shots at me. I'm not really sure with what. It sounds like a DMR. Might not be, might be, who knows. But he doesn't hit the bullets. And with that, he puts himself in a very unfortunate position, allowing me to turn on him out in the open. And let's just rewind it real quick. So right now he's playing the cover relatively well. If he would have been mounted, it probably would have went a lot better, forcing me to be a lot more precise with my shots because I'd only be able to see 30% of his body. But what he actually does is he hard peeks it to the hard left, revealing his entire body instead of just a percentage of his body, making it extremely easy for me to lock onto him and get the beams off. And time to kill in this game is so crucial, and it's really hard to make decisions that quickly, but you need to be on top of it. If you have a weapon you're not confident with, or even a weapon you are confident with, if you're in a position where you can mount and get a nice kill, protect half of your body, you need to go ahead and do so. So right now, Testy's down here getting in a fight, and I really try hard not to steal my teammates' kills, despite what's going to happen a few times this game. I'm going to go ahead and point that out early. I see Testy in a fight. I hear the gunshots going on, so I know the enemy's pretty weak. There's been a little gunfight going on. Testy hasn't even asked for help. So I know damn well Tessie's probably close to getting the kill, plus a look at his armor. And again, I notice he's not really that damaged. So what I'm jumping down here for is not to steal a kill. It's just to back him up. If for some reason he rounds this corner and sees Testy and gets some shots off and downs him, I'll be here to help Testy out and clean him up. Fortunately for him, though, he doesn't need the assistance and he's able to get the easy kill.
Oh shit, on top of the roof.
Instantly getting beamed by a whole nother team camping the rooftop. Surprise, surprise. Now, this right here isn't the smartest of ideas, and this is something I am hugely guilty of. Again, I am out here trying my best to get as many kills as possible. So again, I put myself in a lot of unfortunate positions that I tell you guys not to. You ever heard the term, do as I say, not as I do? This is a perfect example of that gameplay. So basically right now, I need to be playing safe. I don't know how many enemies are up top. Clearly there's multiple because I just broke his armor at this angle here, and there's another one right here. So again, I'm in a position where I could get screwed up. Granted, I have a full squad, but always play safe. Not to mention, even if I down him, what's going to happen? That's right, he's going to get res. So kind of a waste of time on my part. All right, I see Dakota over here. These guys aren't peeking anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and move on out to hopefully increase my kill count. And guys, you'll see how many kills I get at the end of the game. I'm not going to give any spoilers. It's a pretty decent game. But notice how many kills that I get versus how many kills I could have gotten. What I mean is there's a lot of downtime. In fact, there's a lot of downtime I'm going to cut out of the video, but you guys will see a lot of the downtime as well. I believe I could have probably dropped 8, maybe even 10 more kills if I would have been on top of the ball. But again, I wasted a little bit of time focusing on a little bit of the wrong things. And I made a few mistakes this gameplay that really kind of cost me a potential 30 bomb.
Is that another team?
Yeah.
Down.
Stunning.
One more on the 1 story.
No hit, no hit.
So notice that as well. This is something pretty basic, but I want to highlight it for a lot of players that we spectate because they don't do this shit either. So basically, I throw a stun to see if I can get a random ping. We've got Dakota on the right-hand side of the storage containers. We have Tessie on the left-hand side, and I'm a little bit behind. So I know if he is there, I'm not getting the kill. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my stun, see if I can assist in some form of way. But the thing I really want to highlight is notice, okay, Dakota's holding the right side of the building. Tessie just cut inside of the building, or he went around the cubby. And I'm going to come around this angle. Now, frame by frame, I just saw his gun sticking out, but in real time, I did not see it. So me turning the corner, seeing him was kind of a surprise. But again, the point I wanted to highlight was the fact that I didn't follow my squad mate's ass. Meaning a lot of times that we're spectating gameplay, players are just snaking in and out of buildings, and no one's kind of wrapping around buildings. So a lot of times when you guys are chasing an enemy, you're following the enemy, you're following your teammates, and y'all are just making a straight line, making it extremely easy for the enemy to make an escape. You guys collapse around the building and try your best to pinch him. This is kind of going to be his fate. And again, another position where he's crouched. Granted, he almost fucking kills me, but he's crouched by a wall with his back protected. Again, no sense to that at all. You're better off playing inside, using the windows and the doors and the walls to try to peek and get some knocks. When you go crouch next to a wall, you may get a kill, but you're basically solidifying yourself to a 90% chance of dying. I highly recommend not ever crouch walking next to a wall for no reason. There are certain situations where you can if you're sneaking up on a team, things like that. But in that position there, when you're being hunted down, your best bet is to peek that building and try your best to get a pick or two before you actually get collapsed on. Like I said, dude, from the angle that we were coming with me and Tessie running up to the enemy, like this position here, if he would have challenged us, the chance of him surviving is probably very slim. But Jakota's over here by himself. Granted, Jakota's on a whole nother level, but the strategy remains the same. What he really wants to do is go ahead and pick one of us off. Either peek and pick Testy at a certain angle where he can't see me and I can't see him, or peek the other side and try your best to shoot Dakota. When you have this much gap between you and the enemy, you want to try to fight because the chance of you winning the gunfight at this distance is way greater than winning the gunfight at this distance. Notice the collapse. How is he supposed to 1v3 this fight when we're right up his ass? A lot of team Superstore, pretty, I would say pretty late in the game. Normally there's not this many people here when there's 100 up. This game's been going on for about 10 minutes. This is a really good lobby staying alive like this for this long. Now I notice there are 3 people on the ground level. There are 2 up top. I'm going to want to go ahead and try to take care of the guys up top. So here you can see me vaulting or trying to vault. I do believe he's actually floating up top the entire time. I think he was above us because by the time I get here, no one's here. All right, Testy's right down right now, just literally 1v4ing the shit out of everybody. It was actually 2 different teams. Now, what I should have done in that situation, and I'm guilty of it too, is right here, I should have just transferred from one to the other. I knock him, and right here, you can see the enemy run. I instantly, once I knocked him, should have transferred and snapped on the second enemy and just gotten a good team wipe. Because again, wasted time, you're going to see us fall into it. Because I didn't transfer to that guy and get that kill, we end up running around Superstore for about 15 minutes looking for him. And then he just runs away in a vehicle. So it ends up being, again, a monumental waste of time. All right, so that guy got away, and we see pings coming up in factory. Well, you already know, chase down the pings when you have them. And we're going to go ahead and push in here. Now, I see the gunshot. I hear the gunshots and see the tracers inside the plane. Not sure why I got in Bertha. I think to move it when I should just vaulted over. Big mistake on my part, right? If these guys would have been a little bit half-ass decent, when I did get in the Bertha, they would have saw the mini map and they would instantly be waiting for me right here to beam the shit out of me. But fortunately for me, that wasn't the case. And right here, I got one down and I have him cracked. Notice what I do. I'm going to go ahead and bait him up because I know he's still there. He didn't jump down. He just hit the crouch. I'm going to go ahead, transfer to this teammate, and then transfer right back because I know the moment I'm going for the execute, he's going to start screaming like a baby, and it's going to force him to peek again, and then I'm going to be able to get the shots off.
He's down.
And instead of just jumping out there to get the execute, I'm going to go ahead and get safe, played up. Nestle's going to execute him for me, and we're still missing one at least. There he is in the crate. Trying my best. Again, notice Nestle's in the front. I'm coming up from the rear inside, and Nestle's an absolute animal. This is the first time I ever played with this dude, and he's disgusting. But he's able to go ahead and get the kill, and still the collapse remains the same. Instead of pushing up with Nestlo, I'm gonna wrap around the backside.
Shit, I can shoot back. Feels good. Hey, Nestle, drop me your money. We'll go buy UF.
Send me back first.
Oh, shit.
Like that's
All right, so right here, I gotta go ahead and apologize, Dakota. I'm sorry, brother. Or actually, it was Testy. Testy, my man. Look. One tap. All right, again, I'm gonna cut all the slow parts out of rotating. If rotations are important, I will include it, but this is kind of useless banter. All right, we have 2 guys over here. It's pretty self-explanatory. When they're not running ghost, it makes it really easy. All right, so let's go ahead. I remember this match vividly, right? Let's go ahead and analyze this. So I jump off the vehicle as we're coming in. I know that he's standing around this area. And what do players do when they see a vehicle moving? They tunnel vision on it. He didn't peek to see how many people were in the vehicle. He has no idea. He's assuming that we're all going to be having an orgy in the Bertha, but that's not the case at all. I'm going to go ahead and bail off early and hit him by surprise. And this is the easiest kill I think I've ever gotten in my life. Easy knock. Glint Eastwood.
you're a cheating fat.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm busted. That's it, guys. Look, I think I'm gonna have to delete my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure the hacking authority's coming after me. Should I make an apology video for all the hacks that I've been using? It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, we've got one knocked. I know there's one more player here. And of course, what happens when you kill an enemy? His team's gonna come. You're damn right. And I know he's gonna come, and I know he's gonna be thirsty.
Whoa.
And went ahead and just broke the dude's ankles. And again, that just comes reaction time. The moment you even see movement that you know is not supposed to be there, whether you can tell it's a person or not, do something. So let's get a little quick rewind real quick and watch that all over again without me freezing up. And this is simple, but I wanted to highlight it because these guys are mind blown. Now, I shouldn't have gone for the execute. I should have just kept scanning.
You're a cheating.
That could have got me killed. And again, boom.
You like a maniac?
Oh, yeah, he's screaming at me. He called me the...
And of course, you know, you come in an area, clean it up, you get the money, you buy another UAV, and you roll on out, and that's exactly what we're doing. All right, so right now we got Players Stadium. Of course, Dakota's gonna start taking shots. I'm in my map living in it when I need to be watching what the hell is going on over here.
Nice. Good
I go ahead and get the crack on an already damaged player. Dakota gets his fair knock. And here comes a vehicle. Now, this is a huge mistake as well, and we'll cover it frame by frame after the fight.
Oh, fuck. He parked in front of me? Never mind.
And that right there, that the way I said fuck, like that right there was just me knowing I messed up, right? I already knew I messed up. Mistakes have been made. So let's go back. So we're shooting at these guys here. They just had a buyback, and there's already 2 other players. So there's 3 right now, and we know there's a force coming in. So this is bad juju. I'm out in the open, no cover, no concealment, no nothing. Just ego challenge in the world, because I feel like I'm on fire, right? Not a big deal if you're pushing and you're trying to suppress as you push. You can probably make it safely, assuming these snipers are bad. But what I did was I transferred all my focus to a whole nother vehicle, right? Now, I could have done a few things. I could have run back to the building and taken some shots. I could have knocked the player and then just moved and ran instead of executing, or I could have even gotten to this rock and tried to play it as cover. It's not really a good idea because it's a very small piece of cover, but something would have been better than nothing. And here I am, instantly tunnel visioning, trying to go for the easy knocks because, like I always tell you, it's easy to shoot people at these vehicles. So easy. So I get the knock, and instead of just moving on out again, I get tunnel visioned on getting the damn kill. And y'all know, big mistake. And right now too, look, high alert's going off. I know there's a player there. I know it. I remember this match. Like mid execute, I'm like, fuck it. He's gonna miss. He's gonna miss. He doesn't miss. All right, long story short, 20 players have now left the map. I got bought back and I landed on my loot and died to the same guys camping my loot. We're gonna skip it. I should have known better. It is what it is. But now we have another player up on top, and I'm thinking about ego challenging, but I'm deciding real fast, not the way. Not the way. Not sure why I came in this area. I'm gonna be 100% honest. There's no strategy to this whatsoever. All right, right now we got Tessie in a fight. Jakota's gonna go help him, and I'm gonna try to help flank from the northeast side of the building, cut through, and hopefully help them with the team wipe.
Oh my god, what is this, Star Wars?
One's lower right here.
So I see the vehicle, I see the trophy system in my head. Guess what? There's got to be players here, right? But I don't start making my move until my team says the magic words. Top cop. That's it. That's the magic words.
I'm gonna help you clear it, hopefully.
Now, I can't hate on this guy. I literally did the same thing the last death I had. But notice he's crouched with a sniper, stepping side to side. There's a lot of mistakes with this right here. One, if you're going to be on top cop and you're going to be shooting at someone this direction, why not just stand behind the AC unit? One, you have angle on the ladder. Two, you're protected because this massive piece of cover. And three, well, that's basically it. This should be 2 and 3. This is a big ass piece of cover I'd rather have than just these little 2 things. So even if I wasn't coming here, Jakota and Tessie are good enough shots to get this kill themselves. But this just made it a lot easier. Granted, I never really recommend sitting up here tunnel visioned in the first place because you have all of Superstore, these rooftops, and of course Factory just staring right at the back of your head. But it is what it is.
More people under me.
So I get the kill. I know there's another team there just based on the fact they had a vehicle and trophy system. Solo players usually don't do that. So I'm gonna jump in. And here's another one crouching on the side. I got 20 bullets. I'm gonna jump out because I know he's pushing, and there it is. So let's, oh wait, hold up. Damn it, Savage. Can you stop cheating, you son of a bitch? All right, we're gonna skip a little bit of this. Basically, I'm just kind of analyzing, scanning around, trying to see what I can see. I don't see much of anything. We got enemies Factory that I've been kind of toying with. We've got enemies over in the ravine that Jakota's toying with. And these are the guys that are on the ledge right here. Notice how I'm following the tracers. Instead of shooting at him, I'm trying to follow the guys running from him because I know that they're damaged and I know that they're going to be vulnerable relatively soon. And instead of shooting at the guy that's sitting here that has a nice little ledge he could just prone behind, again, I'm going to try my best to focus on the enemies that are more vulnerable. Unfortunately, though, they are safe for now, so I transfer right back.
Where?
Even though he dies, again, notice I go and look where he's at. I want to see what he can see. I want to analyze what's going on here. He pings over here. Thank God Tessie's a good player, so he pings and there's really no need for me to, but just out of habit from playing with people who don't ping, it's nice to see the tracers, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay, you're vibing. You got to your right then. You're good.
No shot, bro.
So Jakota goes down, Tessie goes down. Now it's on me and Neslo.
Oh, fuck.
Again, notice I'm just kind of trying to peek and suppress the enemy because the gas is pushing him out. He's got to jump off, and I want to keep peeking to get visual on him and see what his next move is.
The full 4-man rezzing out here, bro.
Notice I'm just peeking. That's all I'm doing. When I'm going side to side, I'm just seeing where they're at. I'm seeing if they jump. I'm seeing if they're still sitting there in their scope. And then here, this poor son of a bitch is going for the res.
There's more.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect, I guess. Now, if your teammate's down, and I do this all the time, dude. If your teammate's down, go for the res if you can do it safely, for sure. For sure. But when you're getting beamed in the head, dude, you just got to go ahead and break away and be like, all right, bro, I can't get you right now. Let's just walk 6 feet to the left towards the wall, and then I can res you. If they would have done that, they would have used a little bit of gas mask. They may have taken a little bit of damage from the gas, but it would have been better. It would have been better decision than sitting there just taking, 7.62 to the side of the head.
Spotted right now.
Why is my heartbeat doing that again?
There is a full 4-man team on the back side out here.
All right, so when he says that, he says there's a full 4-man on the backside over here, and he goes ahead and pings to the northeast, right on here on the mini map. So when he does that, I'm looking for all these teams. I'm looking for all these players. When he says that, though, what it does in my head is I start analyzing the numbers. I said there's 8 people left. There's a full 4-man over there. It's me and Neslo. So there are 2 people missing. I don't think they're over here anymore. I thought there were only 1 player left. So with that being said, I know that there's a duo somewhere. Now, the moment I looked at this map, I said 2 things. 1, I know that there's players by Dakota. I physically saw them. Well, look at this roadway right here. There's a nice wall on the other side leading from the trailers. I know in my heart of hearts that there's going to be a team here. That these guys are going to be sitting here playing this because that's probably your best spot in the game. So that's exactly how the rest of the game flows.
So it's going to be a 4v2v2.
I mean, look at the terrain. We got a guy out here, and again, I think that these players are right here. Now, the only thing that gets me a little suspicious is the fact they're not shooting at each other, but it's Call of Duty. Players just, for some reason, like to sit next to each other and not fight.
Wanna work the back of this?
All right, gas is coming in. In my head at this point, I'm already planning to run through the gas. I'm just coming in here to kind of peek, to clear it out, make sure it's good. And then I'm already planning to run out the back. I don't ever have any plans to contest anybody right here because look where I'm looking. If they're around this corner, if they're head glitching the top of the fence, or if they're peeking into this, they have way more cover than I do. I'm vulnerable. All I'm doing right now is gathering information. All I'm doing right now is trying to watch for a little body to rotate one way or the other before I really do anything.
Left on me? I don't know. Why is my heartbeat doing this?
I don't see anything. What do you think? Right off the back of the hangars?
30, there's 30 meters from the left.
All right, Nestle's heart beating a guy in the next hangar right there.
Do you have a mask?
Yeah, I do. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, this is crazy.
Now this right here, the enemy should have seen this coming. This is pretty simple. This is pretty basic. And again, notice another position where he's crouched. Granted, he's looking through a heady, but nonetheless, dude, when you have doors like this, you at least want to close them. If you would have closed these doors and we would have busted through, which probably is exactly what happened, he would have heard us and had a chance to turn on us, jump off of there, get behind it, and maybe have a decent fight. But instead, I'm able to get the kill relatively easy.
Good shit.
And notice I did jump back in just to help Neslo, just in case.
Savage outside to the right. That's where one was just chilling in the window.
2v4. These guys aren't that good.
Nah, you guys got this. Easy catch.
Oh, I gotta play it up, brother.
In the gas over here?
Me coughing.
All 2 of them, 2 sitting right
They're
there.
so bad, bro.
There's head glitches in front of us. Gotta be careful.
Now, this is crazy on both of our parts. One, I always preach don't re-peek, and here I am re-peeking, but he's doing the same thing, and he's hard peeking. I'm confident that my accuracy is way better than his, and the only reason being is because of how they're playing. It's a 4v2 right now. When it's a 4v2 and it's in-game situation, and they're not pushing, they're camping, that right there in my head is an instant win. I know for sure that they're not skillful enough to go for the outplay. I know for sure that in their head, they are lacking confidence, and they're not going to win this game. So I can kind of basically do whatever I want. Granted, I think that sometimes I end up getting shit on, but most of the time, that's the mindset that I have when I see this, and it works a lot of the time.
Got one down.
Got another one down.
So right now, we got 2 down. It's a 2v2 situation.
Going for the res.
I hear the res going off, which was extremely fast.
Make him come out.
So it's a 2v3. Everyone's up. Everyone should be plated right now. And I'm going to go ahead and full ego challenge. Now, normally I wouldn't ego challenge this because, again, there's a lot of guys over here and it's just me. But when I heard him shooting at my teammate, I knew damn well he's going to be tunnel vision. I can at least slide cancel on the corner and get the easy beams. And that's exactly what happens. Again, going for the execution so I don't have to worry about them rezzing anymore.
That's when there's no plays. You got it.
We're fucking nasty, kiddo.
Guys, look, no player's perfect. Even your best of players make mistakes all the time, and I'm definitely guilty of it for sure. My week this week in Warzone has been an absolute nightmare. I haven't had a single good game. I've been getting shit on left and right by hackers and just by goats being goats. It is what it is. But again, guys, I want you to learn from not only the mistakes of newer players, but my mistakes as well, and the mistakes of others. Learning from people's mistakes is the best way to improve because you can highlight the things that they're doing wrong and that you might be doing wrong, and you can see it in real time instead of mid-game when you're stressed out and you're playing, and when you die, you just get pissed off and start cursing. This gives you an option to sit back, relax, watch some gameplay, and kind of analyze it for yourself and judge it for yourself and kind of see what you can grow off of. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel today. And until next time, guys, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone.